What if I told you that one man's idea of love could divide millions of viewers? What if relationship advice from a reality star became the internet's biggest debate of the week? Today, we're diving into the shocking moment when Sister Wives star Kody Brown tried to give the world a lesson in love, and instead, left everyone speechless. His words: "When you're dating, you're basically kissing someone else's wife." The internet exploded. Fans called it arrogant, bizarre, even delusional. But behind that one line lies a deeper story of faith, ego, heartbreak, and a man losing control of his own family. Welcome to Kody's relationship advice shocked everyone. It all started in a casual conversation. Cameras rolling, lights soft, tension thick. Kody Brown, once a proud husband to 4 women, sat back and tried to explain how modern dating doesn't make sense. He said, "When you're dating someone, you're basically taking interest in a person who might already belong to someone else in the future. It's emotional cheating in disguise." For a second, the room went silent. Even the producers didn't know how to react. Viewers watching at home froze, not because it was profound, but because it was so Kody. Within hours, TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube exploded with reaction videos. Memes flooded the internet. Kody Brown, the love philosopher nobody asked for. But this wasn't just a meme. It was a moment that revealed how deeply disconnected Kody had become from reality, and from the women who once called him husband. Kody's so-called advice came from pain, from losing Christine, from drifting apart from Mary and Janelle. When a man used to being the center of attention starts losing control, he often turns to philosophy. Kody's dating advice wasn't really about dating. It was about power. For years, he preached that love must be controlled, structured, obedient, under his rules. He wanted loyalty without offering empathy. He wanted unity without accountability. And when that control began to fade, he turned it into a sermon about morality. Viewers saw through it. They didn't see a man giving advice. They saw a husband trying to rewrite his own failures. Christine Brown's reaction was subtle, but powerful. In one interview, she said softly, "Kody's advice is for people who never learn to love without control." That line alone went viral, a quiet response that carried more truth than Kody's entire speech. Christine had been through years of emotional exhaustion, from pretending everything was fine, to realizing she'd been shrinking herself for his comfort. Her leaving wasn't just a breakup, it was an act of rebellion against the rules Kody believed were sacred. And when she heard him talk about dating and morality, she laughed. To her, Kody's advice was a reflection of who he used to be, not who he could become. Fans didn't hold back. Reddit threads titled, "Kody Brown explains dating like he's never dated," reached thousands of comments. TikTok edits mocked his tone, comparing him to a pastor of polygamy. Even longtime supporters of the show admitted, he's not giving advice, he's giving excuses. The internet became a mirror. Kody's words bounced back at him, amplified, distorted, memed, analyzed. Every sentence was picked apart, every contradiction replayed in slow motion. What began as a small clip on TLC became a viral storm that redefined how fans saw him forever. Janelle Brown, known for her calm, rational personality, didn't yell. She didn't insult. But in her confessional, she said one thing that summed up the audience's thoughts. "He's trying to sound wise, but he's just hurt. That one line broke viewers' hearts, because it was true. Underneath all the bravado, Kody's advice was the cry of a man who lost his family, his respect, and his own sense of self. He was speaking not as a guide, but as someone desperate to sound like one. Why did his words hit so wrong? Because they revealed the psychology of someone who confuses control with love. When you believe that every relationship must orbit around you, you stop seeing people as equals. Kody's version of love had conditions: loyalty, silence, obedience. But Christine, Mary, and Janelle outgrew that version. And as they walked away, his only defense was to turn advice into a weapon, to make his pain sound like wisdom. The last remaining wife, Robyn, stayed mostly silent. But silence can be loud. Every time Kody spoke about morality, Robyn's face told a different story: tired, conflicted, uncertain. She had once been his ally, his emotional anchor. Now, she looked like someone realizing she might be next. In interviews, she avoided the topic of Kody's advice, simply saying, "He's still healing." But fans weren't convinced. They saw the same thing Christine once saw: a man trapped in his own idea of love. So what's the real lesson from all this? It's simple: love isn't about control. It's about connection. Kody's relationship advice shocked everyone because it reminded us of something universal. That when pride replaces empathy, love starts to die. And that even the loudest voices in a room can be the most insecure. Fans didn't just mock Kody. They saw themselves in his mistakes: the fear of losing control, the pain of rejection, the desperate need to be right. That's what made this moment go viral. It wasn't just drama. It was a mirror. As the credits rolled and the cameras faded, one truth lingered. Kody Brown's advice didn't shock everyone because it was wrong. It shocked everyone because it revealed who he really is. A man still trying to understand love, after losing it. And maybe, just maybe, that's the lesson he never meant to teach. Thank you for listening to Kody's relationship advice shocked everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more book-style readings on reality TV's biggest revelations.